Hey, my friend. It's Denise Walsh here. Welcome back to another episode of Coaching with Coaches. And today I'm going to share with you the first thing you need to do when you are considering becoming a coach. And I know if you're anything like me, and the ladies that I talk to quite a bit, this is something that has been brewing on your mind and on your heart for quite a while. And so for me, I'll tell you a little bit about my story, and I'd love to hear from you as well. I am a clinical psychologist, and I spent 5 years working in the corporate world at a clinical setting, community mental health, overpaid or overworked, underpaid, lots of stress. And I knew in that moment that this is not what I'm supposed to do. And I think that when you've been lit before, when you have a spark, when you have this, when you know what it's like to love what you're doing, and then you're in a spot where you don't love what you're doing, we have a choice to make, right? Do I take the steps needed to relight my spark and step outside my comfort zone and try something new? Or do I try to fit myself like this round peg in a square hole? And so for a few years in my job, I did that, right? I tried to fit a small peg in a round hole. And it didn't work. And I became more and more restless, knowing that this isn't it. I knew I had a lot of value to add to the world. I knew I had energy and belief, and I knew that I had something that people could benefit from, but I didn't really know how to package it. Now, I then got into network marketing, and I spent 15 years as a leader in network marketing. And what's fascinating is that there were seasons in my business when I was like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to do. And then as it got closer to the end, I felt that same restless feeling. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you had that restless feeling before where you go, this isn't it? This isn't it. I don't know what it is yet. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, but this isn't it. And so I had that feeling for several years, even in my network marketing position, where I was like, this isn't it. It's time for me to move on. It's time for me to expand. It's time for me to try something new. But again, I didn't really know what that looked like. And so the first thing that I learned through my years of pivoting from my old job into network marketing, from my network marketing leadership into coaching, is this first step. And I wish I knew this first step years ago, because it would have made the pivot so much faster, so much shorter, which is the benefit that you now have as you step into Dream Life Coaching, is you get to learn not only from me, but from the other coaches within our community who have been able to shorten the time from idea to conception. And so for me, and you may feel the same way, post in the comments, I'd love to hear. But for me, I felt like I could help people with a lot of stuff, I can help you with sales strategy. I can help you write a book. I can help you start a podcast. I can support you in depression, anxiety, mental health stuff. I'm a therapist. So whatever problem you come to me with, I believe that I can support you in it. I can help take you out of that anxiety and into hope. That's what I do. And it can be for a lot of different facets of life, relationships, business, whatever the case may be. But here's what I learned. The thing you need to do first when you're stepping into coaching is figure out who you help and how you help them. And so when I was marketing just kind of general, I can help you with anything, it was harder for people to say, oh my gosh, I need that. And so what I learned to do was to take all of that experience and hone it into one package, 90-day U-turn, that helps you with one main thing, overcoming self-sabotage. Now, once you're in 90-day U-turn, guess what? You get a whole lot of other stuff too, right? You align your dream life pathway, you gain clarity for what you want next, you heal. We do healing exercises to clear the cobwebs. You learn how to take control of your thoughts. You have accountability for taking the next right step. There's so much within 90-day U-turn, but I boil it down to 12 weeks overcoming self-sabotage. And because I know who I help and how I help them, I'm able to speak directly to that person who's feeling just like I was a few years ago, stuck, insecure, uncertain, in a pivot, but not sure where they want to go next. And they're in this place where they're like, all right, I need a loving kick in the right direction. That is what 90-day U-turn is for. And so as you're starting to step into or have this brewing idea of becoming a coach, the first thing I want to ask you is, who do you serve and how do you help them? What is the one result they're going to get from working with you? And we want to make this even more tangible if possible. So one thing you'll find with marketing life coaching is that it can be a bit fluffy, right? Like, I help you live your dream life. Duh. Who doesn't want that? But guess what? Everybody's dream life is different. So what does that really mean? Is it sleeping better at night? Is it having less anxiety? Is it feeling peace and joy? Is it feeling clarity and purpose? And what does that really look like? Is it feeling like you can be a great mom and a great business owner? Is it building a thriving business, working 20 hours a week? Is it like, what is it for you? And what is it for your client? What do they really want? And when you can help identify what they really want and how you can serve them, then you can message and really dial in your marketing to bring the right clients in. Now, what do you do if you have no idea? Anybody in that boat? Like, I don't know who I want to serve or how I help them just yet. That's okay. I think that's where these beta groups come in, where you're practicing. I think this is truly where you get to play around a bit and see. For example, I've had dream life coaches say, I want to work with couples. I want to help couples in relationships. And then they do that. And they launch a course. They record everything live. That way they can, have the e-course later and the live event separately. I've learned whatever you're going to repeat, you record, right? So you have your trainings in the e-course, and then you meet for connection, feedback, community, that kind of thing. And so you can practice. You can record things live. You can do live sessions. You can say, I'm only have room for 5 spots. Like, you can practice this. And then, like, guess what? If you decide you don't want to work with relationships, that's okay. You haven't spent tons of time and money and like website building and funnel building and even creating your course. Like, my first courses were done on Facebook in a Facebook group with a YouTube link. Like, you don't need to have all of the things figured out to get started. I recommend getting started to then have everything figured out, because things will evolve. So let's decide if you love relationship coaching before you start building everything out, right? Let's decide if you love to work with teens before you build everything out. Like, let's decide, let's play, let's get clients, let's practice. And then as you do that, you can really hone in on what you want. Now, those in the certification program get to sell 90-day U-turn first. And we do that so that they go right into action and they don't feel like have this lull from certification to launching their business. They can actually launch their business quickly and effectively, and within a few weeks, within a week of being certified, right? And so if that's something they want to do, they can sell 90-day U-turn to their clients. And that can be a part of their normal offering suite, along with the other Dream Life certificate or Dream Life coaching programs, right? We've got the Anxiety Toolbox. We've got others that we'll be creating. They can utilize those programs with their clients, and that gets them into making money quickly. We don't have to second guess. We don't have to figure out the tech. It's all there, and you can just work with clients. And then as you go, you will grow. Another example, I have a Dream Life coach who works with moms. She has a Happy Moms Facebook group. She started with 90-day U-turn. She's been running a few rounds of 90-day U-turn. She also offers one-on-one coaching. She also offers a Happy Moms membership. She also offers she just made stickers and a journal and resources for her moms. But those wouldn't have been created had she not started working with moms and then meeting the needs of them and where they're at. So this is the first thing you need to do, is figure out who you serve and how you help them. And that might come through trial and error and practice. And so if you want support in that trial and error and practice, if you want something to sell your clients, meaning you want 90-day U-turn itself, or you want to see how I do it, comment coach below and get started with us in January. We're going to go through 90-day U-turn in January. You're going to become a certified coach by June, launching your own program and starting to make your own money with your own clients as you hone in on what you do, how you help them, who you serve, and get your messaging right. So comment coach below, you guys. I'd love to support you in figuring this out, because guess what? If it were easy, you would already be there. And it's time to get out of that restless feeling and into your dream life by saying yes to that spark. Have an awesome, awesome day, you guys, and we'll see you next week.